What's good, fellas? I hope you guys are wonderfully having a great time. I don't know if that can even be. Well, anyway, I hope you guys are good. Let's talk about something today. 5 types of wealth, okay? 5. I think my list has 5. Let me check my list. That is 5 things and 5 ways to build wealth. The first one I'm going to talk about, of course, is you got to have a wealth of skills, guys. Skill is what differentiates a person from poverty and having money. Do you understand me? The reason some dudes don't got money is because they got no skills. The reason they're working at McDonald's is because they are low-skilled individuals. They don't have a skill that can earn more money. What that means is the skills that they have are so easy to learn by everybody and anyone that they don't have high value. Because if I can teach anybody this in 30 minutes and they can do it to mop a floor or whatever, it means that there's no reason to pay a lot of money for this person to mop a floor. In economics, we call it the barrier to entry. There's a low barrier to entry. So look at a skill set that has a high barrier to entry. What is a high barrier to entry? A lot of years of study. You got to study it for many years. That's a high barrier to entry. Not a lot of people can do it. That's a high barrier to entry. It takes a lot of equipment. That's a high barrier to entry. That's why there are very few chip makers in the world. You know, microchips. US companies lead the world in that. Why? High barriers to entry. The technical skill required to make microchips is very high. So that's what you got to have. A wealth of skills that have high barriers to entry. Or if you have a skill, you must find a place where it's not very common, but it's required. So if you're a nurse in a country where there's so many nurses, get away from that country. Go to one where there are few nurses and they're gonna pay you more. Supply and demand, that's how it works. And if you haven't got a skill, identify what you're able to learn that has got a high demand. If you're flipping burgers at McDonald's, dude, become a plumber. Become an electrician, become a builder, a construction foreman. I'm not saying that those jobs do not require skills and you can be an idiot and do them. I am saying that those skills are much easier for you to pay to learn than it would be for you to go and become a aeronautical engineer with the McDonald's salary. So before you even consider buying a car when you're working at McDonald's or buying an iPhone 11 Pro, rather go spend your money getting skilled up so that you got skills that earn you more money. And that's how the skill pyramid works. I'll talk about it in another video, but right now I just need you to understand, get your skills up, and that's how you build your wealth position. Next one, you need to build a wealth of action. Guys, I'm guilty of this. I've done this so many times, right? I got books full of ideas, business ideas, seminars, this, that, and a third. But you know what? How much of that have I acted on? Let's talk about it. If I have 100 ideas, how many have I acted on? Maybe 2.5. 3.25, maybe, right? That is poor wealth of action. And usually it's because we have fears. Why didn't I act on them? Doubt. Not confident in the outcomes of my own thinking processes, my own conclusions. I don't believe in them enough to go out there and say, you know what? This is what I think can work, and I'm gonna go out there and make sure I take action on it. Oh, you know what? This is what I think is good, so I'm gonna do it. I didn't believe in myself enough to take action. Don't be in that position. If you are out there having ideas and you're writing them down and you look at them and you say, this would work. This would work. It's like I was talking to my brother the other day, and we were talking about cargo airlines, right? Right now, globally, you can't fly passengers, but there is a magnificent demand for cargo, especially stuff related to COVID-19. They're flying boxes of gloves, of masks, tests, all sorts of things that are needed that you can fly because the value of the things that you're flying is high enough to justify the price. Plus, right now, the price of fuel, jet fuel, is at an all-time low. Imagine that, right? So, and consider that airports are really not busy right now. So you know what? Maybe you can also drop the landing fees or that parking fees because you know what? We need to have something going on here, right? That's an idea, right? We thought about, if we were in another situation, we should have taken action. We should have got ourselves a couple of airplanes, put them in the sky, started shipping some things, right? That's just an idea. We were not talking about it from a perspective of trying to take action. Just like, isn't that nice? It's a thought. But a lot of us have those thoughts. And some of those thoughts are $1 billion thoughts, $1 million thoughts, or $10,000 a month thoughts that you guys and I don't take action on because we don't believe and don't understand that wealth is not created by thinking. It's created by action on those thoughts. You cannot be the smartest guy on earth if you do not take action on that idea. It doesn't matter how smart you are. Your smartness is a waste of time. You dumb right now. You stupid because you're so smart, but you haven't taken one idea, one story, one business plan, one strategy and implemented it. A dumb strategy implemented is better than the smartest idea on earth never implemented. That's the reality. It doesn't matter how smart you are. If you don't act on your smartness, you dumb, you stupid, you're an idiot. You're wasting time. So you got to have a wealth of action. You always got to be taking action on your ideas, always taking action on moving forward, always taking an action on making things real. If you want a company, go get the papers, register that company, make it happen. Make it real. Don't waste time. The next one I'm going to talk about is a wealth of ideas. I just spoke about ideas, right? You got to have ideas you can act on. I mean, if you had a whole book of ideas, you tried idea one, didn't work out. You came up with another idea, you tried that, didn't work out. Tried another one. If you keep on acting on ideas, creating ideas, and then acting on them, chances are, eventually, you get the situation where one of them is going to pan out. That's the reality, guys. You got to keep having ideas. If one doesn't work out, don't despair. I've had a situation where I come up with an idea, it doesn't work, and I try this and try that, and I just give up. Man, damn it, this never works. Why don't things ever work out for me? You know what? Just keep having new ideas. Keep trying. All you need is one idea to work out once to achieve success. You don't need an idea to work out every time. You need an idea to work out one time or two times for you to get it. You understand? So keep on having ideas because one of them is bound to work. Do not quit. You must have a wealth of ideas to be able to be wealthy. The next one, you need to build a wealth of networks. Networks, I'm talking about, you gotta, especially if you're in business, I'm talking about a network in the bank. I'm talking about a network with friends who are doing stuff. Don't make networks with people who are going nowhere, ain't got nothing going on. Every time you meet up for drinks, what they tell you is what they told you 6 months ago. If you got people like that, you're wasting your time, bro. You are wasting time with people who ain't got nothing going on with their lives. You understand me? There's no point having drinks with people like that. And a lot of us don't realize that because we hang out with our friends. Oh, man, we cool. We chilling. We having a couple of beers. Let's sip a brandy, sip a whiskey. Let's get a cognac. But you never ask yourself, wait a minute, man. All the time me and these dudes hang out, what we talk about? Football? Sports scores? Pussy? What we talk about? How many of these dudes have started a business in the last 10 years since you've known them? Last 20 years? How many of them have come up with a new idea that they brought to the market? How many of them have written a book? How many of them have started a seminar? You understand where I'm going with this? If you do not get a network of doers surrounding you, you will become a non-active individual. Because if you're around a bunch of doers, people who do stuff, you understand me? You develop this feeling that I need to do something. They doing stuff. What am I doing? It makes you think about what you're doing because you see them doing stuff. So you start acting, you start doing, you start making things happen, you start making things popping. There's no way you can be surrounded by people that are aggressive, hustlers, always with ideas, doing stuff, trying to make something happen, and you don't just sit around them and go, oh, okay, I'm just going to sit here. I mean, you're going to start getting to a point where you're going to be like, you know what? I got to do something. I got to take action. I got to make something pop off too. I had that idea. I'm going to take action on that. I'm going to do that. And also, when you do decide to take action, The people that are important are people that are in right places. A person who's a lawyer can help you hook up the legal documentation. A person who's an accountant can help you balance the books. A person who knows that person at the bank can get you an interview or an appointment that lets you get that finance. You got to know people that allow you to make ideas come to life or allow you to achieve objectives. That is, I know that person at the border. Let me holler at him. He can help me get my truck across the border. Or let me holler at that dude because he knows what flights go where and he knows people in the airline business. The people you know matter. You got to know people who are doing stuff and are going places because those are the enablers that allow your idea and your business to move forward. If you don't know nobody, chances are you can't do much and you can't go nowhere. But if you know a lot of people, chances are even without money, if people know you and you know them, you can do more than a person far more money who knows nobody. Your connections matter. You got to have to connect. You got to have to plug. Because if you don't, guess what's going to happen, bro? You ain't going to get much did. Because you're going to go to a business where the solution is just somebody supposed to give you a piece of paper to enable something else to happen in your business or for your business, and you don't get that piece of paper just because you don't know nobody. But a person who knew somebody could go to the same place and be like, hey, yo, I'm looking for this. And the person they know be like, don't worry about it. I got you. Here you go. I've seen that happen. You in a line at a bank. A person comes into the bank. They were not in the line. But the person that everybody's seeing is their friend. They go straight up to the friend. And the friend helps them do exactly what all y'all in line to help get done. You know why? Network. It ain't right in that case because you got all them customers, but that's an example of how it works. And in so many places in the world, you know what? You can complain about how life works or you can use it to your advantage. People like to help people they like and people that they know. Call it corruption, call it whatever you want. It's up to you. But I'm telling you, that's what it is and that's how it is. So use it to your advantage. Create a network that helps you achieve things versus a network that keeps you in the same place. Important, you understand that. All right, the next one, number 5 on this list. Number five is a wealth of experience. It matters, guys. Get experience. Don't sit there and say, I'm not gonna, I'm just. Listen, the experience you have in one field can help you in another field. The experience you have can help you figure out how to do certain things because you know what? You've been through something like that. You've done it before. So when you need to do it, you know that, okay, you know what? Before, this is how I handled it. So this time around, this is how I'm gonna go about it. I know how this works because I've done it before. Or I did it like this last time, I'm gonna get better with it. Let's take this example of this video, right? If I never made this video, I would not have the experience of making this video. Therefore, I would not have the experience that tells me that this is not how to make this video. You could do better. You should do this, make this better that way, edit it this differently like this, or use this kind of. The experience improves you. The practice improves you. You improve through practice, no matter what it is that you've learned. If you don't practice it, you really don't know it. Because it's a practice, it's the doing that teaches you how to do the thing correctly and how to do it faster and how to do it to the best of your abilities. You need the experience. You must have a wealth of experience because the more experience you've got, the faster you can make things happen and the better you can make things happen. And that is vital. And those are my 5 list of things you can have a wealth of to build wealth, to build profit, to build value. So 5 ways to build wealth is what I call it. So let's recap. 1 was you need to build a wealth of skills. 2 was you need to build a wealth of action. You got to act, guys. You got to act. 3 is build a wealth of ideas. 4 is build a wealth of networks. Your net worth can be down to your network. Build a network. Build a wealth of networks. 5, a wealth of experience. A wealth of experience can help you do better and work faster. That's simple. So I hope you can use that to your advantage to help you get what you want to get out of life and to get moving even faster than you already are. Because I am certain that if you're listening to this video, even if there's just 5 people watch this video, you are one of 5 people that obviously are on to taking action and making things happen in their life And that's why you're listening to this advice. It's not because you like my eyebrows or you like my ears or you like my nose. It's because I'm giving you something that you need to get where you're going. And I hope this does help you get where you're going. Use those 5 parameters to improve yourself and to make your life go the direction you want it to go. Until next time, do more, be more, and become more on your purpose, guys. See you next time.